the stage at the Scottish Rite just after sound check for Gerald Albright and Friends, the man and his music tonight. With Gerald and with his daughter Selina, thank you for being here and taking time.
My pleasure. It's good to be here.
I'll tell you what, I was grooving back there. Nothing like having your own private show. Did you see it? Yeah, it was good.
We were clapping and everything. It was
This is so wonderful that the two of you can tour together and spend some time together. What does that mean to you to be with Dad?
So much, so much. I mean, because we've been doing music around the house all my life, so it's really cool to actually do this for a living and then get to be with Dad on the road too. We never thought we'd be on the road together, so it's really special. He's so easy to work with, so yeah.
Thank you, Ben.
So, what was it like? I mean, when she was a little girl, you knew she had some talent.
Absolutely. She was this little girl of 3 or 4 years old. She's running around the house singing Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey and singing it right, you know, in tune, all the inflections, memorizing all the melodies of all the songs. And I was impressed, and I was like, wow, you know, God has really given her a great talent. And so early on, when she was a teenager, we went in the studio and she sung on some of my demos. And in her late teens, early 20s, I said, okay, well, Selina, is this something you might want to go out on the road, do your own CD? And she said, no, Dad, I want to go to school. I want to get my double major in psychology and studio art. And, you know, I just want to basically do sessions and sing background on your stuff or whoever, you know, my clients were. I said, okay, well, when you're ready, you know, we'll do it. And I was in Dallas a few years back, and she was in Dallas visiting some friends, and she called me on my cell phone. I was in my hotel room, and she said, Dad, I need to talk to you. And she had this real business voice about her, you know. I was like, okay, this is Selina, but this is different. And she said, I'd like to come over and talk to you. And she came over, and she sat on the couch in my suite, and she said, Dad, I'm ready. I'm ready to do it. But she had been singing with a group in Denver called Jakarta, and she was getting the taste of how it is to front a band and get the reaction and the love from the audience. So she's like, okay, I'm feeling this real good.
Yeah.
And so we went in the studio and we cranked out a single called You and I a couple of years ago, and it was one of the most downloaded on iTunes, and she's really doing her thing. I'm so proud of her.
Wow. So all of a sudden, it hit, and you called Dad. You knew.
I was like, okay, I got to do this. I was at a fudge shop where the people behind the counter sing, and I ended up singing with them, and then people from all over the mall started coming around to hear me sing.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I knew. I was like, let me just stop kidding myself and just do this. This is my calling. This is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
So.
And what is it about performing? And well, you really are sharing the love. That's the word that I'm thinking of. Sharing the love with us, with each other, spreading joy to people even around the world. This music connects us. It's a good thing.
It really, really is. And it's just a blessing to be two messengers of the music. And the real wonderful thing about it is looking out into the audience and seeing the joys on we never know who we're playing to. You know, somebody might have a bad day. They could have lost a loved one or something, and they need that 90-minute show to really uplift them. So it's our job for that time period to give them what they need. And when you see, you know, the person who walks in and then the person who reacts to the show and then they walk out just still dancing.
Wow.
We've done our job.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah. We're looking forward to that tonight, too. It's going to be a great show.
And speaking of tonight, tell me a little bit about this show.
Well, basically from top to bottom is kind of a snapshot of the music that I've loved and appreciated, and the music that has influenced me over my musical upbringing. So we're going to touch on certain artists, and I'm going to do some of my original music. We're going to bring Selina out. I'm not going to give the surprises away, but we have Brian Culberson, we have Rick Braun coming out as my guest, and some local musicians here in Reading playing on the horn section and my A-team rhythm section. So it's just going to be a party. It's a party, but we're going to touch on different moods. We're going to go, you know, with love ballads. We're going to do Latin, funk, all of the above. So everybody's going to get a great dose of what I do.
Let me ask one quick question I want to ask of you, Selina.
Okay.
You've learned some great life lessons from just watching your father about how to live. What could you say you've learned from your dad?
Hard work really pays off. Dedication really, really pays off. And when you have the gift, you just have to go with it. It's okay to take a couple of risks, but that hard work really will pay off. And if you love what you do, other people will see it and you will be successful. That's one of the things I've learned.
Wow.
Are you going to cry?
And I don't cry.
I'm cool. I'm a man up. cool.
I know
all
right now your heart's just so full, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
just so full.
You know, it's hard to get through tunes that we share the stage on because, you know, I'm actually seeing me through her, and then I'm seeing her by herself with her own brand. And it's just a wonderful thing to see. And, you know, it's a great place to be. You know, when they get this age, sometimes they move to another state and start their own career. We don't see them but once a month or once a year, whatever. But I'm very proud to have, you know, both of my children within arm's reach. You know, she still lives in Colorado, and my son Brandon does as well.
Right.
So we're one close family, and I can reach out and touch him when we need to touch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you for taking time today. I feel so much love here right now. This is great. I'm so glad we're all together. Thank you so much for sharing this.
No problem.
And we're coming to you from the 21st Annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest in Reading, Pennsylvania, sending the love.